guys, it's me, Miss Bethany, back with another story time. I have two stories today. I have Don't Worry, Douglas, and I also have Maggie and Milo. So let's start off with Don't Worry, Douglas. Okay. Douglas and his dad were playing. "What have you got behind your back?" asked Douglas. "Nothing," said Dad. "Not that hand, the other one." Dad smiled. "Close your eyes." "Wow," said Douglas. "Thanks, Dad." Douglas had never had a woolly hat before. He couldn't wait to show his friends. "Take care of it," said Dad. But Douglas was off already. "Look at me," Douglas cried. "Snazzy hat, Douglas," baaed the sheep. "I can even do cartwheels in it," he whooped. And he did, again and again, until something didn't feel right. Douglas gasped. His new woolly hat had turned into one long string of spaghetti. "That's not supposed to happen," he said. "Don't worry, Douglas," said the sheep. "We'll fix it." They wound it into a ball and squished it back into shape. "Any better?" they asked. "No," said Douglas. "Cow is a good thinker," said the sheep. "She'll know what to do." Cow thought she had a very good idea. "Pretty," she said. "No," said Douglas. "Don't worry, Douglas," chirped a swoopy bird. "I can use this for my nest." "No, you can't," yelped Douglas. "That's my new woolly hat." "Doesn't look like a woolly hat," said the swoopy bird. Anyway, she puffed, "It doesn't fit," and she dropped it. Just then it began to rain, and everyone hurried for cover. Except Douglas. "What's my dad going to say?" he worried. "Well, I'm trying to help you." Rabbit popped up. "Oh, thanks, Douglas. Just what I need to plug the hole in my burrow." "That's my new woolly hat," cried Douglas. "Dad gave it to me." "Sorry," said Rabbit. "I didn't know." "Come here," she said, and wiped his nose. "What am I going to do?" sniffed Douglas. Rabbit looked thoughtful. "Why don't you just tell him what happened? He's nice, your dad. He'll understand." Maybe Rabbit was right. Douglas picked up his wet spaghetti hat and trudged back home. "Oh, Douglas," said his mom. "Look at you." "Where's your new hat?" asked his dad. Douglas told them everything. Right, Dixie? Like you tell Mommy and Daddy everything? "Don't worry, Douglas," said Dad. "I've got something for you. Guess which hand?" Douglas wasn't sure. "Here's my hat," said Dad, laughing. "You'll soon grow into it." The end. So that was the end of our first story. Oh, Dixie. You're gonna fall, honey. You're gonna fall. Come here. Our next story is Maggie and Milo. Lay down. You okay? Just relax. Just relax. You're okay. Our next story is Maggie and Milo. This is Maggie. Maggie is an excellent adventurer, a pretty good songwriter, a bit of a scientist, and Milo's very best friend. This is Milo. Milo is a dog. And this is the awesome package Maggie's grandma sent. It had all the necessities for a frog hunt, boots and knowledge. Country dogs, like Milo, don't wear boots. That night, Maggie told Milo, "We need to get a good night's sleep. Tomorrow we hunt frogs." The next morning, Maggie pulled on her new blue boots, which were perfect for this kind of adventure, and her favorite dress, which was just plain perfect. And she was off. Well, almost. Maggie ran back to the bathroom to brush her teeth, which she had completely forgotten to do. At breakfast, Maggie handed a note to her brother that said, "Please keep the chit-chat to a minimum. I'm in a hurry." Her brother rolled his eyes, which is apparently how 12-year-olds communicate. Maggie focused. Eating quickly requires a serious concentration. Breakfast took exactly 11 3/4 bites. Then she was off. For real this time. "I am Frog Hunter," shouted Maggie. Stopping at the edge of the world, she called, "Milo!" Yeah, just like Dixie. "I am Frog Hunter, and he is Milo." Together, Maggie and Milo ran down the hill, past the chicken coop, through the valley of the ferns, and all the way to the pond, where Maggie tested her waterproofness of her new blue boots. After sufficient stomping, she announced, "Milo, my feet are perfectly dry. That's important." Grandma always says wet feet make for a very long day, which is true. Wet feet do make for a very long day. Maggie stood in the water. She waited for a frog. Maggie waited 1,000,000 minutes. Nothing happened. This was boring. Boring in all capital letters. BORING. Maggie sang a song. She sang about frogs and waiting and blue boots. Milo wandered off. So far, this was not working out as planned. "Milo!" called Maggie. He wasn't there. "Milo!" Maggie tried very hard not to think about losing Milo or being alone. In front of her, the cattails moved. "Milo, is that you?" she asked, trying to sound brave. Slowly, Maggie pulled apart the cattails. And there in the muck was Milo, and a frog. Milo had found a frog. Maggie reached down and caught that frog. "Hi, I'm Maggie, and this is Milo. You will be called Alexander. Welcome to our pond." Gently, Maggie placed Alexander back into the water. She had to be very careful. Frogs are terribly squirmy. "Milo, you are so smart," squealed Maggie. This is a true statement. Border collies are very smart. Yes, just like black labs, like you. Yes, I know. Milo barked, wagged his tail, and ran to another spot. Maggie followed close behind, and there in the muck was another frog. Maggie named the second frog Benjamin, the third one Cooper, the fourth one Daniel. See the pattern? After meeting Oliver, Maggie realized all the frogs they had found were boys. That was absurd. "The world does not need any more boys," Maggie proclaimed. Then she found Princess Penelope under a lily pad. Holding her newest catch, Maggie said, "Milo, there is no way I can think of a girl's name that begins with the letter Q." So Maggie and Milo rested. It's not easy work, this frog hunting. As Milo slept, Maggie sang a song, a quiet end of the day kind of song. Afterward, Maggie and Milo walked home, through the valley of the ferns, past the chicken coop, and all the way back up the hill. Just as the sun was setting, they heard the most marvelous music. Side by side, they sat on the edge of the world, just listening to the frog say goodnight. When the last note faded, Maggie said, "Milo, that was the very best day. I cannot wait for our next adventure." The end. So that was 2 of our stories for today. I'm going to be back tomorrow with 2 more stories. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Go outside, get some fresh air, get some exercise. Make sure you put all your toys away. Help mommy and daddy around the house. I miss you guys so much. And as always, you are kind, you are important, and you are very, very loved. Bye.